It is a big day for us here at CNBC TV 18 as we come together to honor one of India's most legendary deal makers, a man who is a trusted confidant to India Inc. and has been doing that for over 3 decades now. Ladies and gentlemen, CNBC TV 18 is honored and privileged to present the CNBC TV 18 India Business Leader Awards Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Nimesh Kampani. Congratulations to you. I know you hate celebrating your birthday, but I'm going to take the liberty of wishing you a very happy birthday from all of us here at CNBC TV 18 as you turn 70 today on the 30th of September. Thank you very much, Mr. Kampani, for joining us and wish you a very, very happy birthday. But before we go any further, here's a quick look back at the legacy of Nimesh Kampani.
Nimesh will always be remembered as a person to go to and always willing to help you. He was an excellent cricketer. He wanted to play cricket for India and he turned out to be an investment banker.
Nimesh Bhai, as I've always called him, has been an inspiration for a whole generation. He's been a doyen amongst investment bankers.
Dad is an outstanding example, and it's been amazing for me to have watched him over the last 40 years in building JM Financial into a fantastic firm.
The relationship with Nimesh has always been one of mutual respect. Wishes for Nimesh are a lot of happiness and a lot of pride and joy in what you've created.
I'm so glad to know that Nimesh Bhai has been given Lifetime Achievement Award. He deserves it truly.
You're one of the most finest human beings. Congratulations, Nimesh Bhai, on achieving this Lifetime Achievement Award.
This award is a salute to one and only one Nimesh Kampani. The most important thing, the girls' child education and the medical facilities to the underprivileged people.
I wish that you have more and more years to go and do the good service to investor and corporate.
Let me start by asking you, Mr. Kothari. Mr. Parekh told me when I spoke to him and I asked him that we were doing this for Mr. Kampani, and he said, I never thought he would be an investment banker. At best, I thought he'd be a cricketer. What was your thinking?
Well, frankly, I also didn't think that he will be an investment banker. I know Nimesh since 1963. You can calculate the years now. Nimesh, for me, was a very close friend in college also. We played cricket together. We were very much involved in the student union. He was very active, and I'm enjoying because of his activity. I was secretary and he was the chairman that time. So Nimesh, as I say, we were playing cricket many times 5 days a week. So I think that friendship grew all these years, and we have kept it up that relationship. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kothari. Mr. Shroff, let me ask you, you've had a long association as well with Mr. Kampani. Any secrets here that you'd like to reveal?
There's no real secret except for the fact that he's the most
brilliant. He's the keeper of everybody's
secrets, exactly. Clearly, one of the most, if not the most, brilliant mind in this space. And I think two other things. One is at the professional level, everything that has to be said has been said. But as a human being as well, I think that's probably the most important thing. And the manner in which he sort of inspires trust in all stakeholders is incredible. So I think he represents goodness as well in corporate India. I think these are probably the two things that I would sort of say.
Mr. Kothari and Mr. Shroff, appreciate you joining us here. So let me start, sir, by asking you about and take you back to 1973, which is when you actually started. What was the idea that you had back then, and what was the ambition when you actually started JM?
Actually, I must give a credit to my cousin Mahendra Kampani. We had a lot of discussion, and he said, why you want to go and do practice as a chartered accountant? Why can't we do something different? I said, let me give a 2 years time where I will sit and do in a broking business, and thereafter we'll decide what to do. So I started the work in 1st January 1972, and my better half got engaged to me on 25th of January. So I always used to tell her that, listen, JM is my first wife, you are my second. And she knows that, and I must say that she has stood with me like a rock all my crisis, Aruna is always with me. And she has brought up the children, and I have worked tirelessly, continuously. So my idea actually fructified in 1973. I was not liking the partnership firm status, unlimited liability, broking from the role partnership in those days. So I told my brother that, listen, why can't we form a separate company and we work together, but that will be limited liability company. And frankly, we started with what? Portfolio management and issue management. And these are the two things we started with. And thereafter, the rest is history. Because from the very first year, we started making profit. And we all invested 5,000 rupees. And that's my investment so far.
Well, I hope a lot of people take lessons from the way that you've managed your money and the kind of investment that you've done. But let me take you now to the point when you brought Morgan Stanley on board, sir. What was it like at that point in time? Because India was a very different place, not just to do business, but it was a very different economy. What was it like to bring Morgan Stanley on board?
Actually, I didn't bring Morgan Stanley on board. They brought me on the board. I never approached them. They came and approached me. And who was that person? Nainalal Kidwai. One day she comes to my office and tells me, Nimesh, she was the CEO of the Morgan Stanley India, and for the last 4 to 5 years. He says, we have been debating whether we should create a local partnership. Would you be interested? I said, without any commitment, I am willing to discuss. But at that time, we have a letter of understanding with Credit Suisse First Boston. So it was very tricky. And we had negotiation for about 6 to 8 months with Morgan Stanley. I went 2-3 times to US, met John Mack, Vikram Pandit, and all those people over there. And then finally, they decided, yes, this is the right candidate. And then we created a partnership. And I think there was an amazing partnership. Morgan Stanley is a great firm. And for 10 years, from 1997 to 2007, we worked together. And ultimately in 2007, they decided to part the company. Because my friend Hemendra Kothari had already gone. Uday Kotak also is gone from Goldman Sachs. So Maryland Goldman is gone. So Morgan says, but our board is asking us, other two people are 100%. Why are you at 50-50 partnership? So finally they decided to walk out. There was no provision in the joint venture agreement, but they decided to do that. And if a partner doesn't want to work with you, you can't force it.
No, you can't. But let me cut to the future, because you talked about Vikram Pandit, and Vikram Pandit is going to be part of the JM future going forward. And there's all kinds of speculation on what that future will entail and whether it will entail banking or not, sir. So I know you're probably going to say that now I should ask these questions to Vishal, but I'm going to give it a shot and ask you this question about what we should expect in the future.
I'm still a chairman of the company, you know. Non-executive, but and 66% shareholder.
Okay, so then you have full sort of. Then I should be asking this question of you. So what should we expect in the future?
Listen, we did apply earlier. We didn't get the license from RBI. Now the new license regime has again come back.
Yes.
And license on tap. Frankly, we haven't decided yet what we want to do. But we are going to be in discussion and decide. Maybe normally Vikram comes in the month of December to India. So when he comes, we'll have a detailed discussion. And then we'll take a call whether we want to apply, or too much crowd has taken place in a banking. So we are not made up our mind. We have some strategy in our mind. So watch us. Next year we will know.